That strong storm barreled through Northern California overnight, kind of drying out in the valley right now, but we do expect more for today.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a break, but don't be fooled because there's more coming. If you were out driving overnight, you might have been going through something like that. It came down so hard in some areas throughout the night, and it's led to a lot of accidents and flooded lanes across the region.
And that flooding happened quickly, causing some problems for drivers. Here's the Cap City Freeway in Sacramento around 11 p.m. last night. Two of the lanes were completely underwater. You can see in this video, crews were able to get there and clear out this drain to help clear the road.
And some video now we got from one of our viewers. It was just pouring in Arden Arcade last night. David Harder sent us this video. This is at an apartment complex just off of Fulton Avenue. So big thanks to everybody who sent us videos of what the weather was like where you are. It definitely helps us tell that story. Well, the storm also produced some lightning, thunder, and hail as it went through overnight. Here's some video from El Dorado Hills. You can see flashes of light there in the sky. Pea-sized hail also was reported in that area.
We also have a team of reporters checking out the impact from the rain overnight, and we do have two meteorologists in-house as well.
That's right. So let's go ahead and get started with KCRA 3 meteorologist Tamara Berg.
Yeah, let's get right to why it is an alert day. The three things you need to know about today. Well, we're already seeing some street flooding out there and standing water on some of the local roadways. So be aware of that, especially as it's still dark outside and we don't hit daylight until about roughly just under an hour from now. The other thing we're looking at is thunderstorms developing as we head through the afternoon. We've already also seen even a couple of thunderstorms blossom early on this Monday morning, and some of these storms could become severe and strong as the day progresses. Let me show you the one that I've been tracking here for the last hour or so, and it's working its way here, as you can see, just to the east of San Andreas, developed just outside of Telegraph City, and I do expect that this one will continue tracking its way up the north here of Highway 49. So areas like Jackson, McCullamy Hill, Sutter Creek, those spots may be inundated with some good soaking rain, some gusty winds potentially, and even a bit of hail that cell has already been known to produce. Moving along with some of these other pockets of rain, you can see just to the east of Highway 70 and going out here towards 65 in Lincoln. Those roads are going to be damp and likely to see some standing water there. Lake of the Pines, you're seeing some rain, steady rain right now as well over Grass Valley up through Nevada City. And then you get to the Sierra, and that snow has been actually easing up and kind of rising up the hill a little bit. You're not going to find that snow line until you're along Interstate 80s. You get east of areas like Yuba Pass and also just to the east of Khyber traveling along Highway 50. So things are easing up, but don't get caught off guard because today is one of those days that even as we get to the 8 o'clock hour, as the sun is up, you'll see some breaks of sunshine in the valley. Notice we still have some pretty active weather ahead, especially by about lunchtime. Let's go all the way till noon here. You could see some more of these thunderstorms blossoming around the valley, and there's more potential for more storms ahead even later into the daytime. A closer look at that timing coming up in just a little bit. For now, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Tam.
Well, the rain is cleared out for the valley for now, but you'll likely find lots of water on roads and creeks flowing pretty strong.
KCRA 3's Aaron Heft live along Arcade Creek now with a look at what you're seeing. Are we seeing the level come up a bit?
Yeah, we have been checking out different areas across the valley this morning. We're on Sylvan Road, Arcade Creek. Let's get that high beam flashlight on it. You can see that it's flowing, but it's flowing very casually right now. And this is actually a spot we look at first for flooding, so not seeing a problem. Would like to reiterate that. This creek actually saw about 1.6 inches of rain, and the Arcade Creek serves as a really good indicator as how other creeks are doing in the area. But as of right now, not seeing an issue. That doesn't mean, though, that after more rain later on today, that couldn't change. But like I said, at the moment, not a current issue, and you can see maybe you can see just little droplets of water falling. That really shows just how fast it is flowing, and like I said, not very fast at all. I would like to direct your attention to the storm drain, though. It was flowing a lot more about 30 minutes ago or so because we saw a burst of rain. It's much more dry outside at the moment, but our storm drains, keeping them clear, well, that allows them to do their job and keep our creeks flowing. That water goes down into our storm drains, into creeks, and it does rise. But like I said, Arcade Creek does serve as a great indicator as to what other creeks are looking like. And for more on the levels from other creeks, let's go to Heather.
And as you just mentioned, we have these storms coming through later this afternoon, and Tamara showed you that a moment ago with Futurecast. That could renew the potential for some street flooding and for creeks like Arcade Creek to start to come back up a little bit. But these storms are going to be scattered, so not everybody will see the heavy rain. It's just something we're going to have to keep a close eye on through this afternoon, and something we want you to watch if you're going to be out and about later on today. So again, street flooding, the greatest risk as we go through this afternoon with these storms. Rivers are expected to be just fine. I want to show you some of the river forecasts as we go through today. The numbers that you see, these are the forecast peak levels. All of the weirs to the north of Sacramento expected to overflow. That's what they're supposed to do. We'll get water flowing into the bypasses. That's a good thing. We are not expecting any flooding on the Feather River or the Yuba River at this point, and farther to the south, Cache Creek will stay well within its banks in Yolo County. The Yolo bypass will again see some water flowing in. The Cosumnes River at both Michigan Bar and McConnell expected to stay below flood stage, but it's going to come up to what we call monitor stage. We'll keep an eye on it again, just in case we get some of those heavier storms to move through. But for now, the Wilton area, that area of Highway 99 that we saw flooding on last year, that should not be an issue today. The McCollum River and the Stanislaus River also expected to stay well below flood stage through today. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
Well, President's Day can be a very busiest day of the year, with thousands of people having to return to the Valley or the Bay Area.
And today they will be doing that in a snowstorm. KCRA 3's Melanie Wingo joins us now live from Interstate 80.
Yeah, we're making our way eastbound on Interstate 80, hoping to catch up with some people traveling back from the long President's Day holiday. Right now, we are on the eastern side of Auburn. We're near Forest Hill Road off of I-80. Checking out the conditions. We were in the valley this morning, and here now in Auburn, we're seeing somewhat of the same picture, those slick, wet roads. Some areas where we're seeing standing water or ponding water off to the side where people may drive through it. It may throw you just for a second as you go through big puddles or standing water, and then folks kind of drive on through, kind of slow down, maintain control. That's the word from the experts. As we head eastbound, we expect to encounter chain controls around Nyack as we head on up into the higher country areas. And we know that a lot of folks headed back from the ski resorts this past weekend, or maybe they went over to Nevada, Reno, they're checking things out, and then they're coming back over. You're going to encounter those chain controls and slick conditions, snowy conditions up at the summit. So that's something to be aware of as you're headed back to the Sacramento area, if that is your plan.